Yu could not believe that her brother wanted to give her the elixir. She reminded her brother that she has not awakened her talent. She told her brother that the elixir would be wasted on her. While Yu was staring at the elixir, Ye Tian looked at her status window. According to Yu's status window, Yu had a low cultivation talent and a frost talent that was of a novice tier. Yu's frost talent was unawakened. Ye Tian was certain that the Terra Core elixir would improve his sister's cultivation talent if she drinks it. Unfortunately, Ye Tian did not know how much of an improvement his sister would have. While Ye Tian was thinking, Yu advised her brother to sell the elixir. She told her brother that they will receive a lot of money if they sell it because the elixir is an amazing item. Ye Tian told his sister that the Terra Core elixir is produced from the Terra Mordile stone. He told his sister that he has destroyed the stone. Ye Tian revealed to his sister that the buyer will also ask for the Terra Mordile stone. He told his sister that the buyer will not believe him if he says that he has destroyed the stone. Ye Tian told his sister that selling the stone can cause unwanted problems for them. With a smile on his face, Ye Tian told his sister that the buyers will try to kill him in order to get the stone. Yu was sad to hear this. She told her brother that he messed up by destroying the stone. Ye Tian took the elixir from his sister and told her that it will be a waste if she does not drink it. Ye Tian grabbed his sister's mouth and began to pour the elixir down her throat. Yu told her brother that he is squeezing her mouth too hard. After feeding his sister the elixir, Ye Tian asked her to tell him how she is feeling. She told her brother that she is feeling warm and comfortable. Ye Tian was surprised to hear this. When he looked at his sister's status window, her cultivation talent was still the same. Ye Tian was surprised to see this. He wondered if the book described the wrong thing to him. Yu moved up to the chair. She told her brother that she is feeling quite sleepy. She told Ye Tian that she will make dinner after taking a nap. Ye Tian told his sister to enjoy her nap. Ye Tian did not understand what was going on. He decided to check on his sister later. He believed that the elixir had not yet taken its effects. 1 hour later, we see Ye Tian cultivating in the house. While Ye Tian was cultivating, he feels a powerful talent aura in his house. When Ye Tian turned around, he looked at his sister's status window. Ye Tian was surprised to see that Yu's cultivation talent has increased into a mid-tier cultivation talent. He could not believe that his sister's talent increased by 2 tiers. Due to the fact that his sister now had a mid-tier cultivation talent and a frost talent, Ye Tian was certain that his sister will become a powerful martial warrior in the future. Ye Tian covered his sister's body with a cloth. He picked up the blood of the monster and said that he will destroy Xiaobei. Ye Tian went into his room and drank his monster blood. Ye Tian was annoyed to see how horrible the blood tasted. He quickly ate some peanuts to wash down the horrible taste. Ye Tian was excited to see how strong he would become after he cultivates. He quickly sat in a lotus position and began to cultivate. Immediately, Ye Tian began to cultivate. He noticed that his cultivation speed has increased by 8-fold. Ye Tian was shocked to see this. He could not believe that a mid-rank monster would have such an effect on his body. Ye Tian was certain that he could become a martial warrior in a month if he had enough blood. Unfortunately for Ye Tian, he only had 2 bottles of blood left. 10 days later, we see Ye Tian cultivating at the academy. While Ye Tian was cultivating, Zhang Bao runs to meet him. Ye Tian did not understand why Zhang Bao was in such a hurry. He asked Zhang Bao to tell him what happened. While doing his best to catch his breath, Zhang Bao mentioned Xiaobei's name. Ye Tian stood up when he heard Xiaobei's name. He assumed that Xiaobei was at the academy. Zhang Bao told Ye Tian that Xiaobei has gone into seclusion in order to break through to the martial warrior realm. Zhang Bao told Ye Tian that Xiaobei will come for revenge once he has entered the martial warrior realm. After hearing what Zhang Bao said, Ye Tian sat down. Zhang Bao was annoyed to see this. He could not believe that Ye Tian was not panicking. Ye Tian was no longer bothered because Xiaobei was not at the academy. Ye Tian remembered that Xiaobei had a mid-tier talent just like him. Ye Tian realized that Xiaobei could actually become a martial warrior in a month. Zhang Bao revealed to Ye Tian that Xiaobei will easily kill him if he becomes a martial warrior. Ye Tian asked Zhang Bao to not worry. He told Zhang Bao that he is also training. Zhang Bao did not understand what was coming out of his friend's mouth. He reminded his friend that Xiaobei is from a powerful family. He told Ye Tian that Xiaobei has access to a large amount of resources. Zhang Bao told Ye Tian that he does not have anything other than his 3 monster blood. Ye Tian told Zhang Bao that he has already used the monster blood. Zhang Bao was shocked to hear this. He realized that his friend was going to die. He told Ye Tian that he will take care of his sister once he is gone. The only resources which Ye Tian had left were the viper's blood and the blood from its heart. Ye Tian was certain that he could reach the advanced martial apprentice rank with the blood. This rank is only one rank away from the martial warrior realm. Unfortunately for Ye Tian, he could not enter the martial warrior realm with his current resources. Fortunately for Ye Tian, his speed talent and his sword talent will give him enough strength to fight a full-fledged martial warrior. The scene shifts and we are taken to the Mo family estate. At the estate we see a man guarding a vault. While the man was standing in front of the vault began to crack. When the vault finally breaks, we see someone step out of it. This person turns out to be Xiaobei. Xiaobei's guard comes to greet him. He congratulated Xiaobei on becoming a martial warrior. With a unique aura surrounding his body, Xiaobei glared at his bodyguard. After stepping out of the vault, Xiaobei went to his room. Inside his room, two maids come to clothe him. While Xiaobei was getting dressed, his father and a guard step into his room. Xiaobei was surprised to see his father. Xiaobei's father was happy to see that his son had entered the martial warrior realm. Xiaobei's father's name is Mon. He is an elite martial warrior who is in the mid-stage. He is one of the 10 elders of the Presbyterian Church. And grabbed his son by his shoulder. He congratulated him on his success. Xiaobei smiled when he saw the look on his father's face. He told his father that he will never bring shame to their family, and told Xiaobei that the great ancestor wants to reward him for his success. Xiaobei knelt down when he heard this. He thanked his father for his teachings and support. He told his father that he is blessed to have him as a parent, and laughed when he heard this. He asked his son to stand up, and asked his guard to go to the kitchen and check the food and drinks. Before his guard could move, and told him that he will go by himself, and told his son that he has prepared his favorite dishes for him. He asked Xiaobei to eat when he is free. Xiaobei thanked his father for his kindness, after talking to his son, and left his room. When his father left the room, Xiaobei asked his guard if he has done what he asked. With a villainous smile on his face, Xiaobei's bodyguard told Xiaobei that Ye Tian is a kid who does not have any parents or backings. He told Xiaobei that they can deal with Ye Tian anyhow they want. Xiaobei was surprised to hear that Ye Tian is a loser who does not have a background. He assumed that Ye Tian would have formidable backings. Xiaobei told his bodyguard to send someone to kill Ye Tian. Xiaobei's bodyguard was shocked to hear what his young master said. He reminded Xiaobei that the base is completely different from the wild zones. He told Xiaobei that their family cannot afford to kill someone carelessly due to the aftermath of such an action. Xiaobei sat on a chair. While he was on the chair, a maid poured him a drink. Xiaobei told his bodyguard that they do not need to kill Ye Tian with the family's name. With a smile on his face, Xiaobei asked his bodyguard to hire a shadow assassin. He told his bodyguard that no one will be able to trace the attack to them. Xiaobei's bodyguard was shocked to hear what his young master said. He told Xiaobei that it will cost them 1,000,000 yuan to hire a shadow assassin. He asked Xiaobei if Ye Tian is worth such a large amount of money. Xiaobei was disappointed in his bodyguard when he heard this. He realized that his bodyguard still had the mentality of a peasant. Xiaobei told his bodyguard that there are a few powerful families in Linhai base and the other citizens are like subjects of enslavement. He asked his bodyguard if he knows the reason why there are no other powerful people in the base. With a villainous smile on his face, Xiaobei told his bodyguard that powerful families always kill any prodigy that appears among the peasants. Immediately Xiaobei said this, he broke his glass cup. Xiaobei's bodyguard was shocked to hear this. He realized that the 5th Academy was created to kill any peasant that tries to become strong. With a creepy smile on his face, Xiaobei told his bodyguard that it is simply how the world works. He told his bodyguard that the strong must prey on the weak. The scene shifts and we see Ye Tian practicing his sword arts at the academy. Ye Tian used his sword to crush a boulder. After practicing for a while, Ye Tian decided to stop training. He realized that it was about to rain. He decided to head home. As Ye Tian was walking through the streets, he noticed a status window on a pole. Ye Tian did not understand what was going on. He was certain that there was no one there. When Ye Tian looked at the status window, he saw that the person's name is Li Siyuan. Li Siyuan has a low-tier cultivation talent and a novice-tier shadow talent. While Ye Tian was looking at the status window, something rushed towards him. As the thing got closer to Ye Tian felt its presence. Ye Tian quickly brought out his sword and used it to block a man's attack. Ye Tian quickly moved back to place a gap between himself and the man. He asked the man for his identity. With a smile on his face, the man told Ye Tian that he is the one who will kill him. Ye Tian was surprised to see the assassin. He quickly realized that Xiaobei was the one who sent the assassin. Ye Tian did not understand why Xiaobei would send an assassin when he is already a martial warrior. Ye Tian could not comprehend why Xiaobei would use such an underhand method. While Ye Tian was thinking, Li Siyuan appeared at his back. Li Siyuan tried to attack Ye Tian with his sword. Ye Tian quickly sensed Li Siyuan's presence. He used his sword to block the attack. Immediately, Ye Tian blocked his attack. Li Siyuan disappeared in the air. Ye Tian was surprised to see this. He realized that the shadow talent allows its user to be invisible. While Ye Tian was looking up, Li Siyuan appeared at his back. He tried to use his sword to cut Ye Tian's neck. Fortunately for Ye Tian, he was fast enough to react. He dodged Li Siyuan's attack by jumping on a building. Li Siyuan was annoyed to see this. He did not understand why a martial apprentice was so fast. Ye Tian decided to attack Li Siyuan. He jumped from the building and rushed to attack Li Siyuan. When Ye Tian got close to Li Siyuan, he swung his sword. Immediately, Ye Tian swung his sword. Li Siyuan used his shadow talent to turn invisible. Ye Tian's attack hit a building instead of Li Siyuan. Li Siyuan's talent would be dangerous against an ordinary person. Unfortunately for him, Ye Tian was not an ordinary person. Ye Tian saw Li Siyuan's status window in the air. Ye Tian sent a slash in the air after finding Li Siyuan's location. This attack hit Li Siyuan in his chest. Li Siyuan spat out some blood and fell to the ground. Li Siyuan did not understand what was going on. He was certain that even an elite martial warrior cannot see through his talent. He asked Ye Tian to tell him how he found him. Ye Tian walked up to Li Siyuan. He told Li Siyuan to tell him the person who sent him. Li Siyuan picked up his sword. He told Ye Tian that he will tell him what he wants to know once he is dead. Immediately, Li Siyuan said this. He rushed to attack Ye Tian. Li Siyuan attacked Ye Tian with a technique called Shadow Blade. Ye Tian dodged the attack by jumping. When Ye Tian landed on the ground, he rushed to attack Li Siyuan. Ye Tian stabbed Li Siyuan from behind. With a terrifying look in his eyes, Ye Tian asked Li Siyuan to tell him the name of the person who hired him. Li Siyuan laughed when he heard this. He told Ye Tian that he is the strongest martial apprentice he has ever faced. He told Ye Tian that Imo Xiaobei sent him. Immediately he said this. Li Siyuan fell on the ground and died. Ye Tian was annoyed to hear Xiaobei's name. Ye Tian bent down and placed his hand on Li Siyuan's body. Immediately he did this. A status window appeared in front of him. The status window told Ye Tian that he has successfully copied the shadow talent. With a serious look on his face, Ye Tian said that he now has a shadow talent. In the next scene, we see Ye Tian burying Li Siyuan's body. After burying Li Siyuan's body, Ye Tian knelt down. Ye Tian said that a human should not feel contented with being blown around by the wind and rain. He said that a human should not be treated like a fallen leaf. As the heavy rain poured, Ye Tian grabbed a leaf. He promised himself that he would live like a man in this world. He assured himself that he would become the rain and the wind, but he would never become a fallen leaf. The scene shifts and we see Ye Tian taking a hot shower at home. After taking a shower, Ye Tian put on some clothes and sat on his couch. After sitting down, Ye Tian looked at everything he acquired from Li Siyuan. Ye Tian was certain that Li Siyuan blades were primordial weapons. Ye Tian decided to keep the weapons because his sword was already ruined in the fight. Ye Tian found some cards on Li Siyuan's body. The gold card are worth 1,000,000 yuan and the silver cards are worth 100,000 yuan. After counting the cards, Ye Tian realized that he had obtained 3.5 million yuan. Ye Tian realized that this was the money Xiaobei paid for his life. He decided to enjoy the money without any guilt. Ye Tian found a book among Li Siyuan's belongings. When he opened the book, Ye Tian realized that the book is a skill book that contains a skill called Shadow Blade. This is a bronze rank blade skill. Skills in this world have different rankings. The lowest is iron rank, the next is bronze rank, then silver rank and gold rank is the highest rank. Ye Tian was excited to find a blade skill because it was what he lacked. Blade skill allows one to unleash their blade talent fully. Ye Tian ran inside his room. He wanted to start learning the skill. When Ye Tian sat on his bed, he heard lightning strike. Immediately this happened. Ye Tian realized that something was odd. He realized that his sister has not yet returned from school. Ye Tian was certain that Xiaobei knew everything about him for him to send an assassin. He realized that his sister was in danger of being assassinated. Ye Tian opened his window and jumped outside. When he got outside, Ye Tian began to run and jump over some buildings. As Ye Tian ran at his full speed, he prayed that his sister would be all right. After running for a while, Ye Tian lands in an alley next to Ye Yu's school. Ye Tian stepped out of the alley and began to look around. Ye Tian knew that Ye went to an ordinary school. He believed that people with talent would not come to the school to kill a student. Although Ye Tian knew this, he was not certain if Xiaobei would care about such a thing. While Ye Tian was thinking, someone points an umbrella at his back and tells him not to move. Ye Tian used his speed to move behind the person. He asked the person to not move. Ye took off her raincoat and told her brother that she is just joking with him. Ye Tian was surprised to see his sister. He asked her to tell him the reason why she is late today. Ye told her brother that she is in charge of upkeep duty today. She told Ye Tian that she was cleaning up the classrooms. Ye noticed that her brother was dressed odd. She asked her brother to tell her why he came outside without an umbrella or any shoes. Ye Tian told his sister that he forgot the umbrella and his shoes because he was rushing. As the siblings headed home, Ye asked her brother to tell her how he appeared behind her. As Ye Tian and his sister walked forward, we see someone watching them from a car. This person turned out to be Xiaobei. Xiaobei was annoyed to see that Ye Tian was still alive. Guys, we have come to the end of our video. If you guys want part 3 of this video, let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button for more recaps. See you guys later.